Cheers. All right. Welcome to On the Source. I'm Chris, and I've got Vasco. I've got Miki.
Yep.
They're from Newave, and they're here to talk about their newest kind of launch of their clothing brand and what they've got in store for us. I've known these guys for a couple of weeks. Cool motherfuckers, doing some cool shit. So, cheers to you guys first off.
Cheers to you. Thank you for
Cheers.
having us.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for coming through.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Hey.
So, first things first. Newave.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about it. Chat to us about it. What's the inspo?
So I'd say we've been working on Newave for about a year and a half now with Miki. We started off with a very different vision and even plan in mind. Originally, we were just planning to launch an NFT collection, but it kind of transitioned into what it is today. So Newave. Because of a lot of external factors, like the NFT market changing and crypto going down, and there being a lot of uncertainty.
Right.
So we were kind of like, okay, we always wanted it to be around streetwear, around street culture.
Nice.
The NFT project, I mean.
Nice.
And so the utility behind the collection was always to have a physical brand and to give access to physical goods through the NFT collection. And then we were just kind of like, okay, we're in Hong Kong. There's so many cool creatives here, so many ways to collaborate with them, and we've always wanted to do clothing. So let's just start with the clothing, and we can get to the NFT later once we've created kind of a community.
You kind of switched it a little
100%.
bit. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Sure, nice. What made you want to do the NFT thing in the first place? What was kind of the inspo behind that? You saw the opportunity and you kind of went for it?
Yeah.
It was like an open market?
Both me and Vasco were involved individually in NFTs, like trading.
Okay, nice.
Not really making any money though, but still trading. And we bumped into each other in a party, started talking about it, and then I said to Vasco, trading is fine, it's boring. Also, we lose money. Let's do our own project.
Nice.
So this is where it started from. Like, it was a new space. Nobody knew fuck all. We can say fuck all on the podcast.
You can say fuck all.
And we just met the day after for a coffee, sober chat, and started conceptualizing what today became Newave.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So the plan was to kind of have an NFT and then give access to the clothes that you were gonna later on design.
A membership, basically.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Okay. And then when that kind of whole crypto kind of went a little bit wonky, you were like, all right, let's pump it with the clothing brand.
I mean,
Sick.
so we still have that, we still want to keep that initial idea of launching an NFT collection. It's just, as it sits today, it makes more sense to kind of test the market and put out stuff that we like and, that we co-create with artists. And if, we see that other people are liking it, other people are enjoying the clothes, they're buying it, then we can find new ways to kind of, link with our community, incentivize them to purchase more, or give access to the people that were kind of backing us in the beginning as well. And that will be done through the NFT.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Nice. So I'm a bit dry here. I'm trying to remember what I've written down. All in my mental notes. No, that's cool. That's cool about Newave. So what is it that you guys are going to be doing this month? Like, you've got an event coming up on the 17th?
14th.
14th, right.
14th of April, we're going to be launching the brand in Hong Kong.
Hey.
On Staunton Street, pop-up shop for 2 weeks. Loads of parties, loads of good artists, and we're going to be showcasing our first collab as well that we did with Ximi or Stan. Can we say his name? Yeah.
I don't know.
We can always cut it. I'll ask him after.
With Ximi,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
anonymous graffiti artist, that's been doing hell of a good job, with us. But culturally speaking, in Hong Kong, he's one
He's
of the
big,
OGs,
bro, yeah.
and HK Walls, all his different collabs, and we designed a very Hong Kong or very Hong Kong outfit with him.
Nice.
And
100%.
we don't wear any of it today. We'll be showcasing this in the pop-up. So for 2
nice.
weeks, physical pop-up. Actually, all the clothing will also be backed with NFTs.
Okay.
So we're still doing NFTs.
Okay.
But it's a way basically for us to actually for our consumers, anyone who buys it basically buys one of our pieces to authenticate it.
Nice.
To know it's really Newave, it's
Nice.
authentic.
Nice.
This is my edition number. I know which one I get, and later on, if I want to trade it,
You
you
can
can use the
verify
app,
it,
like the
yeah.
Newave app. And so
Oh.
we're still doing the tech,
Okay, cool.
but the NFTs as a membership will come later.
Nice.
First, we focus on that authenticity, you know,
Factor and have that
traceability,
in,
and
yeah.
also the way we design the clothing.
That's cool. I like
At the end
that.
of the day, yeah.
Mm.
I think that's where maybe fashion's kind of going, maybe a little bit, in terms of technology and stuff. maybe.
Luxury, definitely.
Yeah, and
Luxury,
being able
yeah.
to show that it's not a copy from Shenzhen.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
I mean
know.
that's a huge problem that you see a lot in sneakers, for example. That oftentimes, I'm not saying some people buy fakes just because they maybe don't have the means, and,
Yeah.
and that's all right. If you're cool with that, that's fine. But a lot of people also get duped into buying fakes, thinking
they-
they're
yes.
they're real shoes.
Which is the worst, yeah.
It is the worst. I mean, when you spend a bunch of money on a pair of shoes and it turns out to be fake, and there's not much you can do about it.
Horrible.
It's really a horrible feeling. Like, it's happened to me, and it's difficult also to authenticate these pairs, even if you wanted to. Like, you need to have knowledge. You need to have reference pairs. It takes a lot of
Or
time.
even have somebody that knows their stuff right, that can look at the stitching and all that stuff.
Yeah, but even, I mean, like, everyone makes mistakes at the end of the
Yeah.
day, and the fakes are getting so much better
Yeah.
all the time. So we thought, if we can kind of make a process that's seamless, that's easy for
Nice.
people to use, and that if you design it in a way that's also, it's not going to take you 3 hours to authenticate your product. You're just scanning a chip on
Nice,
your
mate.
phone, and then you have your certificate that you can then, send when you sell the
Sell
actual
the
physical
item.
piece.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Shit, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, so I'm learning here as well because
It's
I
a
knew about
bit-
the NFT.
It's a bit
thing.
technical.
But no, it's cool.
Yeah, but I mean, our main mission with Vasco was, well, first of all, understanding all the concepts and the technical aspect of like those NFCs, NFTs, and just packing everything into one app so that as a user, you don't need to know too much.
No.
You just need to have something simple.
User-friendly.
Like we like
Yeah.
to say, Apple didn't. That's a classic, huh? Apple didn't invent the smartphone.
No.
They just made it better.
Nice.
So it's what we're trying to do, because that technology already exists at
Right.
the end of the day, but it's not used in a consumer way.
No, it's not
Yeah.
very accessible, is it?
Yeah, it's just not like a lot of people don't want to know what's happening behind. They just want the end result, right? Like, they just want to have or know they have an authentic product. They don't need to know that like we've encoded something in a certain way on an NFC, and that it's having like a call to action to this and that. Like, even I don't know so much about that because it's not really my role in Newave, but I think making it easier is definitely something that we hope will help consumers, and
Yeah.
and hopefully, I mean, the long-term vision is as well that other brands can kind of integrate this technology,
Yeah.
and either we can have like a marketplace that showcases brands that we like, that we fuck
Yes.
with, that have also incorporated our
Yeah.
technology, or even, I mean, who knows, like licensing this technology to bigger houses or bigger brands. At the end of the day, that would also be an option for us.
Nice.
Hopefully.
Have that opportunity out there as well, yeah, and to be
100%.
at the start of that kind of cusp of that,
Mhm.
because I think
Yeah.
that is where it is going. If you're going to merge
100%.
technology and you're going to merge fashion,
100%.
fashion's kind of stayed. The styles have changed, but in,
Mm.
in concept of buying clothes it's been the same for like hundreds of years, right?
Yeah.
So now with this idea, no, I like that a lot. That's
Yeah.
fucking cool. What was it like? What kind of clothing are you guys going to be doing? What's kind of some brands that have inspired you then? Is there kind of like inspiration from like Nike, Adidas, Pata? If you could select kind of 5 or so that have kind of been some big hitters for you,
Yeah.
have you got any names that you would say?
Yeah, like, I mean, I really love, Pata, for example, Daily Paper. These are like European brands, and they're very, community-oriented brands that also do a lot for the culture. They do a lot, for the people around them, and I like that mindset. Like, obviously, I'm a big fan of Nike, but Nike is super corporate, it's super commercial at the same time. And I'm not saying they don't do good things as
No.
well. Like, they have so many initiatives that are, pushing culture in many different ways. But, I love also Hidden Gems is a friend's brand in Belgium. It's not big at all, but he's really like pushing also creativity. He's, working with super cool materials, incorporating like threads that glow in the dark, and he does it
nice.
all himself as well. So big shouts to him.
What was his name again?
The brand's called Hidden Gems.
Hidden Gems.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
can find that on Instagram,
Yeah,
I imagine.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple of friends who are also like inspirations for me in terms of like how hard they're working to kind of do their thing. Another one is based out of France. The brand's Influential, and he didn't know anything, about fashion, and he just spent like 6 years kind of researching, finding manufacturers in Europe, which is like a really hard task to get into. If you're not from the fashion world, it's very hard to find the right plugs, find the right sources to create really quality garments, and I think he did that really well. So yeah.
Do you feel like he almost like broke a ceiling a little bit, like broke into trying to get into that?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Quite clicky sometimes.
Definitely, in a sense. I mean, again, these are not like massive brands, but they're doing well. They're selling. They have a community, which I think is like enough. If you're doing this for yourself, you want to create garments that you like, that you want to wear. Like, that's cool. That's cool with me.
No, I like that. We've got some brands here as well that are similar, like No Access, for example. You know the No Access guys?
Yeah.
Have you bumped it?
Oh no, the guys we don't know.
No Access. They're good though, man. They're Hong Kong based as well, and they're similar. They kind of was a lot about the community, kind of breaking into kind of creating some clothes just for that environment, because there wasn't much of it here to start off with, like a local streetwear-esque based brand.
Yeah.
You know?
But you have to find what's tricky with a brand when you talk about community is that if you want to be community driven, you need to build that community in the first place.
Yeah.
And you're not going to build it by saying, hey, come around, we're going to be a big family, right? Like you need to find something. So for us, actually, our biggest inspirations are the people we work with.
Nice.
More than other brands. Cool. We just kind of follow where the creatives like Zimi want to take us. Yeah. And we gave him carte blanche.
Yeah, full access. Yeah.
We just talked about what we want to do. We wanted to make something that is really, I wouldn't say a caricature, but like a good picture of a typical Hong Kong outfit for like today's age. And like this, what we came up with is unique,
Yeah.
And we you'll find some inspirations from maybe one brand or another, but it's unique. And these guys and a bunch of other guys, Nosh, Desmond, very talented people, they helped us to bring that brand like to life,
Nice.
And we didn't really know at the time what we really wanted.
How did you guys meet? Like.
In a party?
Zim, I don't.
In a
I'm
party?
if we're gonna blur out the name, if we're gonna have like. But yeah, how did you meet Zim? How did you meet at a party?
No. Zim actually. So
Zimi.
Yeah.
We met a guy called Tom.
Okay.
Tom Price.
Also part of
big shout out Tom.
And he kind of also just believed in us. He came by the office. We had a good chat, and he has like been doing graffiti for a long time as well, so knows a lot of people in the space, and it's quite a small scene in Hong Kong. And we kind of reached out to him. We saw Zim's work, and we liked it, and we were like, yo, can you connect us? And he just did. And we originally were working on something different with Zim in the beginning. He did some designs for the NFT collection.
NFT related, yeah.
Wow.
And then when we had this turnaround and we were planning like to launch clothing, we were kind of like, it would be dope to launch it with someone that's relevant to Hong Kong,
Really?
So we just reached out to him again, and from the start he was just like super pumped, and it gave us a lot of motivation as well, that he would kind of put some trust in us, knowing that we have no proven track record. It's just we kind of clicked, and we also, like as Miki was saying, we didn't restrict him to anything. It was kind of like, this is your thing. Design something, like design whatever you want, and we'll make it happen.
Have that
like,
creative
we'll produce
freedom.
it.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize, but when you are an artist and you have your own like visual signature, a brand like mission is going to be to twist it basically when they work with you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, we love your work, it's great, but could you do this? And could you do that? And could you change the color, please? Like, So we didn't go with it. We basically, even the pop-up, even the car, and we got to talk about the car.
Yeah, that's why I want to
right?
get onto that. Yeah.
But like everything is based out of like that Ximi special outfit that we did with him.
Nice.
So we just use that, and we still have our own branding, right? And we still have our own like lines, outfits, everything. But it represents Hong Kong, you know, to a certain extent. And you know, when we do another pop-up shop, hopefully, you know, maybe in Taipei or another one in Hong Kong, or we'll see, then it's going to change again.
Nice.
So it's going to be one wave at a time. That's actually our motto, street culture, one wave at a time.
I like that. Nice. Can we talk about the
whip?
The whip.
The whip.
I was gonna call it
the whip.
Wu-Tang mobile. Yeah.
We can talk about the whip. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's another thing. So we kind of wanted to do things differently with the brand, and you know, when you're talking about building something organically and in an authentic way, you don't want to end up being someone who's just like pushing, you know, paid promotion on Instagram, and that was never something that we wanted to go towards and do. We were always more about creating something ourselves and making noise around that one thing.
Yeah.
And it was kind of through brainstorming when we were talking with Zimi, and it kind of came up like, yo, let's get a car, and you know, it would be sick for the pop-up. And
he wanted to fuck shit up, man. Like, honestly, like, he was like, you know, we should find a police car and like burn it or something, you know, maybe blow that shit, but never mind. You know, like, he wanted to do like crazy shit. So we found that car, like secondhand, like Mercedes, like classic from '98.
It's so nice, mate.
And
nice car.
like, we were like, okay, are we doing this? Is this the wow effect we're going for the pop-up shop, right? Like, we're gonna make something really cool in that pop-up shop with that car. And we were like, okay, let's buy it. And we were like, oh shit, Wu-Tang is in town.
As well.
When?
Yeah.
This Sunday. And we were like on a Thursday, you know, something like this. We bought the car on Friday. On Saturday, we painted it. Gizimi also brought Mr. Effer, Mikey.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike. Big up
Boston
to him.
Mike?
Yeah, big time man. And they painted the car in one day.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the day after, on a Sunday, we were at Cloak and Flap, and like, I don't know, like 300-400 people took
Mate,
pictures.
the amount of stuff I saw on Instagram.
It's
That's
crazy.
nuts.
Because I got to have a little ride in it, like after Cock and Flat. And the amount of people that were like, how the fuck were you in the fucking Wu-Tang mobile, like all that stuff.
Do you know the Wu-Tang?
Yeah, like
Yeah, like it for us it was crazy because, you know, we kind of had this idea on the spot, and we had no idea as to like, is it gonna work? Is it gonna be something, you know, that's actually gonna make noise and that people are gonna relate to, or gonna post, or gonna want to take a picture of? And I think, you know, that weekend we really proved that this can work, you know. And it's not about having a nice and expensive car, because you have so many of those in Hong Kong. It was more about like finding a nice car that was like nice to us, appealing to us, you know. So something older, something that has its own style.
Bro, it's got cream interior, lads.
Yeah, I mean,
like
like
it's so
cream,
nice,
yeah.
which is appropriate for Wu-Tang as well.
100%.
Like
100%.
cream
Sugar
interior,
cream,
like
word.
And the
so
license
nice,
plate, like to top it off.
It's
the
yeah,
license
with
plate
Wu as
the
well.
Wu is
Woo,
like-
woo.
That was
So
kind of
good,
like,
bro.
we were like, we have to do this,
Yeah.
you know, like the license plate.
Yeah, it's a sign, you know.
It
We
was
were like,
literally-
are we buying it? Oh, fuck, it's a sign, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So the
honestly.
fact that they came in town, like, made us like maybe also think a little bit less than usual. Because as we were saying just before, like, me and Vasco have been thinking, conceptualizing, planning a crazy ecosystem around the brand
Okay.
that is like Web3 inspired, that is just inspired by things that we want to do, like have a positive social impact.
Yeah.
Not only be there for culture, but also like help, you
Push
know,
it forward, yeah.
pushing it forward and allowing like places that have a little bit less means, like maybe in the Philippines or Thailand or like specific areas, to actually push it through the money we make.
Nice.
It's not only about us, right?
Nice.
And so when we got to the car, it was like, okay, stop thinking now, you know, like,
Yeah.
fuck it. We have to launch in a month or something.
Yeah.
We're not going to do Instagram ads. Let's get a whip.
Yeah.
Let's, like Stan said, like, stop the car in the middle of the street, paint it, you know, get the cops or something like
Yeah.
to pull up, you
Throw
know.
up a bit of a ruckus.
Exactly,
A
yeah,
little bit, like,
ruckus, yeah,
And
exactly.
It's really like, you know, you could pay for a billboard, or you could paint a car and drive it around. And like
Yeah.
Hong Kong is so dense at the end of the
Right.
day. If you're driving it in the right places, you know, we
Mate.
got the sevens coming up. You better believe that like
we'll be there.
we'll be driving it around as well, and
Nice.
it'll be
Yeah, which
in the
team are we
colours-
gonna
in
support
the colours
though?
of, you know, the collab with Stan, and because it's like Hong Kong based, and there's elements of Hong Kong on the car as well. So you know, we think that that's a much better way, and it's something that resonates more with us, that we enjoy doing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're finally having fun, you know?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
main thing as well, to have
It's-
fun through that process,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, it takes the weight off your shoulders, because it's
100%.
easy to get locked in a little bit and start to, you know, micromanage, right?
Yeah, I mean,
And
we were like that. There was a long time, you know, before we kind of got into the execution phase where we were still planning and we were brainstorming, and it was just the two of us. You know, it's been the two of us for a long time. I mean, we had
A
recently.
lot of people helped us, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people helped us, but at the end of the day, you know, we were in the office Monday to the Saturday or the Sunday, just kind of putting everything together and making sure that it would work. And when we got into the execution phase, that's when it became, you know, enjoyable. Like, we're meeting people, we're
Yeah.
going out, we're making new connections, and
And
all-
Sauce is the place to make new connections,
yeah,
by the way. Yeah?
100%.
Big time.
I mean, we
big
met
time.
a lot of cool people here, yourself included, and now we can kind of see, you know, this pop-up is getting closer. We're filling in all these missing pieces, and we're so happy to be able to collaborate with all you guys and all the people we've met. So I'm super excited. I'm
glad about that. No, that's good. What's I mean, I know it's early to say, but is there anything in the future that you kind of wanna? Is there another bar level that you wanna go?
Definitely.
Of course, there is. Is there anything in mind where you kind of, like, what's next? I know at the moment we're only just starting, but is there anything that
What's the long-term vision?
you, like a little bit of a long-term vision, or is there something that you've got your eye on that you're like, okay, in a few years I wanna be able to do something like
I want to retire. No,
yeah, retire in the Wu-Tang way.
I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding. No way.
I mean, we obviously, like, we both quit our jobs to do this, and you know, we both say it all the time, like, we've never regretted it. I'm not saying it's been easy the whole time.
No.
Like, when you start a company, you know, you're not taking any money out of the company, so you're kind of living on your own. But just the experience that we're getting from it is something super valuable. And so, to get back to your point, like, what we are doing now is a concept that we kind of want to explore. So we're collaborating in Hong Kong because we're based here with a local artist, and we're bringing in as many of the local players as
Yeah.
possible. And that's kind of the vision we have, is to take this concept on tour first throughout
Nice.
Asia, because, you know, this is where we have the base, this is where we can make the most impact with our connections, and hopefully, if that goes well, then it's like, move it to
Yeah.
Europe, move it to the US, you know, one city, one artist, you get the local players, you do a crazy pop-up.
the next wave,
Sell
the next
some-
wave.
Exactly. One wave after the other.
One wave after
Yeah,
another.
yeah,
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. No, I think it's just doing, you know, I wouldn't say bigger collabs, because each single collab is
Yeah.
big enough for
Yeah.
us, and this is the first one, and I mean, we are super grateful. But yeah, like, just make the wave bigger and bigger.
Make the wave
Honestly,
bigger.
that's
Tsunami it.
yeah.
Make it into a fucking
Let's go
tsunami.
and
Yeah.
enjoy the barrel, you know, all the way
Ah.
through, like literally. And yeah, if we can give back at the same time,
Nice.
it's a bliss. That's the whole point. I think the vision is quite simple, you know.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's really just this, and respect the underground culture, because it's loud and it's fucking beautiful, and it doesn't get enough of a voice today.
No.
It's like when you look at social media today or things like this, man, it's a little bit sad, you know. Like it's like you just become an idiot after, you know, an hour screening on, you know,
Yeah,
reels or like
yeah.
stuff like this.
Getting
So
into
just
the doom scroll.
Yeah,
bro.
I
offer something
swear.
different.
Doom
Offer
scroll,
something
mate.
different. Stay limited so that people enjoy when they get a piece.
Yeah.
If they want to trade it, if they want to buy it, they'll know it's authentic. And you know, it's like we want to break a bunch of rules along the way,
I like it.
literally.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Lads, I think that's all we've got really. Just one more time before we go. It's going to be, when is the date
So
and where is it going to be?
14th till the 26th of April.
Boom.
3 Staunton Street. It's called the Kong Art Space.
Cool.
Right across from Fiata. We'll be there for 2 weeks. We'll be having live music, live events. We'll be having you guys as well.
Yes.
Turning it up and you know, showing you guys what we've been up to for the last year and a half. So come through, have a good time.
And the whip
have a
will be
drink
there?
with us.
The whip will be there with
Okay,
a
the
new
whip will be there.
skirt on. Yeah.
Nice. So if you want to see the Woomabil
Exactly.
in person,
Yeah.
Come by for a
Come
chat.
by,
Come
yeah.
by for a drink. Have a good time.
Get a
we'll-
tea maybe.
We'll make sure we make it fun for everyone. Definitely.
cool, mate.
Big time.
Vasco, Miki, thank you for coming through. This has been Vasco and Miki from Newave. I'm Chris from The Source. And
Thank you,
thanks
Sauce.
for coming in.
Thank you,
Big
Chris.
time.
Woo!
Let's get it.
Hey. Thank you, boys.
Sounds good, bro.